Okay, so first of all, I have a YouTube channel where I make video tutorials about how to use Microsoft Excel and sometimes also Microsoft Word and PowerPoint and other things like that. And I am going to be looking at my YouTube analytics. So we're going to scroll down and click on See More. And then we'll change it from the monthly view to the daily view. And now we can see the number of views that I have gotten between June 2021 and June 2022. And you'll see first of all that there's a pretty obvious weekly cycle. So I get fewer views at the weekend and more views during the week from Monday to Friday. And I think this is because I make educational videos and people are less likely to watch those at the weekend. Now we'll also take this and change it to a weekly average. And then change this to show the lifetime of the channel. Technically, I've had a YouTube channel since 2011, but I didn't start making videos until 2015. So I will change the year here and then apply. Now we can see that the number of views that I have gotten has increased over time, but also that there is a seasonal cycle. So there are these big dips which happen over the Christmas holidays each year. So this is December 2019, and then this is December 2020, and this is December 2021. Then there are also smaller dips in the summer each year. So this is August 2019, and then this is August 2020, and this is August 2021. And so I think this is again because I make educational videos and people are less likely to watch those over Christmas or during the summer holidays. Now we'll go back a couple of steps until we get to the yearly view again, and we can compare this to a secondary metric. So firstly, we'll compare this to the comments. And you'll see now the number of comments that I get each day in the green line, and these can be pretty scattered, but they are between 0 and 13 comments each day. Then we'll have a look at the number of likes. And the number of likes is now in the green line, and this has a very similar pattern to the number of views. And we can also compare the actual numbers down here. So I have about 33,000 likes and about 3.9 million views. And if we compare these two numbers, then of the people that watch my videos, about 0.84% like the videos. Now we'll close this window and we can look through each of the tabs at the top. I'll go to the Content tab first, and here we can see the views again. I'm going to change the time period so it is for the last 90 days, and then we'll have a look at the impressions. So this is the number of people that YouTube is showing my video thumbnails to. And you'll see that it has a very similar weekly cycle to the views. We can also have a look at the impressions click-through rate. And this is of the people that see my video thumbnails, how many are actually clicking on them. So this is about 9%, and it doesn't really change that much. Then we can also have a look at the average view duration. So this is how long people typically spend watching my videos. And this is about 2 minutes, and it also doesn't really vary that much. Then we'll scroll down and have a look at the audience retention. So this is what percentage of people are watching the videos. So this will start at 100% and then gradually decrease over the course of the video, as most people don't watch the video all the way till the end. And this pattern is very similar for all of the videos. Then we can also have a look at how viewers find your videos. So this is mostly from external sources. So that would be like people searching for something on Google, for example, and also from YouTube searches. Then we'll have a look at the audience tab. And we'll see for the returning viewers and the unique viewers, these both have a very similar weekly pattern to the overall views. Then we can have a look at the subscribers, and this is a bit more scattered. I usually get between about 6 and 34 new subscribers each day. Then we can also have a look at the videos growing your audience and click on See More. And this ranks my videos based on how well they have done bringing in new viewers. And down here we'll see the number of new viewers that each video brought in, and also how many of those new viewers returned within the first 7 days. And so if we look back up here, this is the video that did the best, and it brought in 19 new viewers who returned within the first 7 days. Now we'll close this window. And we can also see the countries that most of my views are coming from. So it's the United States, India, and the United Kingdom. Then we can also see when your viewers are on YouTube. So this tends to be about the mid-afternoon from Monday to Friday. And if we scroll down further, we can see the watch time from subscribers. And so most of my watch time, about 99%, comes from people that are not subscribed to me, and about 1% from people that are subscribed. Then we can also see the age and the gender. So about 36% of my views come from women and about 64% come from men. And then also the typical age range is usually between 18 and 34 years old. Then we'll have a look at the revenue window. And we'll see that the revenue has the same weekly cycle to the views. And we can also see the RPM, and this stands for revenue per mil, and it's how much money I make per 1,000 views. Then we also have playback-based CPM, and this stands for cost per mil, and this is how much money I make from my videos combined with how much money that YouTube makes from my videos per 1,000 views. These two numbers calculate the number of views a little bit differently. So this one here is based just on videos that have ads playing on them. But this number here includes views from videos that do not have ads on them. Then we can also see down here that most of the ad revenue comes from skippable video ads. And we can also see the amount of money that I get from ad revenue and also the amount of money that I get from YouTube Premium. And we can compare these numbers in more detail. So we can compare the number of views that I get from YouTube Premium to the amount of money that I make from YouTube Premium. And when we compare these two numbers, we'll see that I make about 50 cents for every 1,000 views that I get from YouTube Premium. Then we can also take the total number of views and subtract the number of YouTube Premium views, and then compare that to this number here. And when we do that, we'll see that I make about $5.80 per 1,000 views from ad revenue. Now we'll close this window and have a look at the Research tab. This is the newest tab in YouTube Analytics, and we can have a look at the viewers' searches. So this is things that people are searching for on YouTube that are leading them to my videos. And we also have things here called content gaps, and we can filter to show just the content gaps and apply. And the content gaps are subjects that don't have very many videos made about them. So the idea behind this is that the search terms and the content gaps can give you ideas for subjects that you might want to make videos about. Now, in addition to looking at the analytics for the channel overall, you can also look at analytics for individual videos. So we'll now go to the Content tab, and then I will scroll down to find a video that is a couple of months old, and then we'll have a look at its analytics. So we can see how the views on this video have changed over time. So it increased quite quickly over the first few days and then slowed down a bit and has been increasing gradually ever since. And we can also compare this to the grey bar, which is the typical performance for one of my videos. Then we can also see that I gained 5 subscribers from this video. So this is people who subscribed while watching this video or just after it ended. And then you'll also see that so far from this video, I've made $2.50. Now let's go back and we'll have a look at another video. So we'll look at an older video now and one that did quite well. So we will go to the analytics for this video. And the views from this video have been increasing steadily over time, and this video did a lot better than a typical video of mine. Then we'll also see that I gained 7 subscribers from this video, and that so far from this video I have made about $40. Now, I also thought it might be interesting to look at how my YouTube channel has changed over time. So for the first couple of years, I wasn't really making videos properly. You'll see in 2015, I only made 8 videos, and in 2016, I only made 3 videos. And this is reflected in the fact that I had no subscribers and almost no views during this time. In 2017, I started making videos properly, and I tried to make 1 video per week, though of course I sometimes miss weeks. And at the end of 2017, I had 52 subscribers. And in 2018, I had 343 subscribers. It wasn't until June 2019 that my channel became monetized. So in order to monetize your YouTube channel, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And for me, I passed this point in June 2019, so that is when I first started making money off of YouTube. And then you can see over the next couple of years, my YouTube channel grew. So in 2020 and 2021, and had an increasing number of viewers and subscribers and an increasing amount of money. I've also included the numbers for 2022 at the bottom here. Even though we are only partway through 2022, at the moment it's currently July 2022, so these numbers are just for about half of a year. Okay, so in this video I have shown you my YouTube analytics. This is now the 4th year in a row where I have made a video like this. So if you want to see in more detail how my channel has changed over time, you can watch those videos. And that is everything.